Trump peddles unsubstantiated hope in dark times. Can you imagine a president peddling hope? It's unthinkable. And yet the last Democrat in the White House built his entire presidency around hope. But you never saw a CNN article saying that the black president is peddling hope, did you? First off, the word peddling wouldn't dare be used because it would be too politically incorrect for a black president. It'd be like equating Obama to a drug dealer. But not with Trump. And secondly, what is this nonsense about unsubstantiated hope? Can hope be proven? The media carried the water for Barack Obama in 2008, even though his campaign was built on hope. But today, in the time of a crisis, the media wants to hurt a president who's optimistic about the future and talks about hope. The media has been as dishonest during this crisis as they have been with everything else they've covered concerning DJT. But it's never been more disgusting than it is right now. They claim that Trump disbanded the White House pandemic response team, which isn't quite true. They said Trump turned down coronavirus tests from the World Health Organization, and that isn't true. They said Trump slashed funding for the CDC, which never happened. And they said Trump called the coronavirus a hoax, which he never did. At a briefing the other day, Trump was asked about how we're doing on ventilators. Here's what he said.
We've distributed vast numbers of ventilators, and we're prepared to do vast numbers. I think we're in great shape. I hope that's the case. I hope that we're going to have leftovers so we can help other people, other countries.
Now, check out this follow-up question and answer.
Everybody who needs one will be able to get a ventilator.
Look, don't be a cutie pie, okay? You know, everyone who needs one.
Don't be a cutie pie. I guess that's one way of calling out the question as not being serious. Can you say that every person who needs a ventilator will get one? That's such a ridiculous question. And of course it can't be answered in a meaningful way. We have no way to know how many ventilators we're going to need, when we're going to need them, or where we're going to need them. All we can do is try to make more than we need, as fast as we can, send them to the places we think will need them, and hope it's enough. Don't we want our leaders to give us hope? Don't we want our leaders to stay optimistic? Well, most of us do, and that's why Trump's approval ratings have been going up. And the media doesn't like it. All the fake news we keep hearing is designed to make us angry at Trump. They told us that Trump disbanded the National Security Council's pandemic team. And yes, the National Security Advisor reorganized the council. Some of the people changed, and some of their titles changed. But their responsibilities did not change. Check out this article from The Atlantic in 2017. Quote, National Security Councils have been organized and have functioned differently under every modern American president since Harry Truman. Unquote. Are we supposed to believe that Trump should have his National Security Council set up and functioning the same way Obama's did? The NSC staff, because we're not talking about the actual Security Council, we're talking about the staff that is there to support the council. It started out being at around a dozen people. Over time, the staff ballooned to more than 200 people, and everyone in Washington, Democrats and Republicans alike, thought it was way too big. And like many things that Donald Trump has done right, it's made to look as though it was foolish. Besides, we have the CDC, whose mission is to protect us from health threats like a pandemic. But didn't Trump slash the funding for the CDC? Not quite. He proposed some cuts, but the funding has been consistently as high or higher than where it was when Obama left office. Check out this graphic. Okay, so what about testing? Why did Trump turn down tests from the World Health Organization? He didn't. The WHO never offered us any tests. They generally give tests to countries that aren't capable of making their own. And we did fall behind them in making our own tests, but that's because of all the red tape that's been created by the big government types. Trump ended up cutting that red tape, and now there's been more than 1 million Americans tested. If anything, this should be a lesson on getting big government out of the way, but you guys will continue to blame Trump and ask for more government intervention. So why did Trump call it a hoax? People would have taken it more seriously if Trump wouldn't have called the coronavirus a hoax. He didn't call it a hoax. He said that the reason the Democrats and their media were blaming him was a hoax. You see, they were blaming him because they thought he turned down tests from the World Health Organization and slashed funding to the CDC and didn't have a team to respond to the health crisis. But as I just showed you, that's all wrong. And most of the Democrats and the media who spread that misinformation did so knowing that it was all wrong. I'm not against robust debate over what we should be doing. I don't think we should have done a $2.2 trillion stimulus package. I think that was way too big. And we definitely don't need another one right now, but they're already talking about it. I encourage debate, but I'm not going to sit by and let the Democrats and their media lie on the president for political profit. We have a health crisis on our hands, and we're going to learn a lot once it passes. We're going to look back and say that we should have done that earlier and we could have done this better. But to try to smear the president with lies before the crisis has even played out is despicable. Using the deaths of thousands of Americans for cheap political points is even lower than I thought most of the media would go. They misquote the president to make him look bad. They ask ridiculous questions to make him look bad. And they make up news stories to make him look bad. But I think Trump may have figured out the best way to deal with these kinds of people. So the next time someone regurgitates some left-wing talking point, you know what to say.
Look, don't be a cutie pie.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to become a supporting member of Blue Collar Logic, click on the link in the description and give what you can.